Today is still March 28th, 2025. Okay. Today down in Carrollton, I heard, how stupid are these people? I always say they're so stupid, they have to take their shoes off to count to 20. They need their fingers and toes. People are so ignorant. That's how the cartel gets away with scams, because they're ignorant. Not only do they not know their rights, they don't know any laws. And they're too lazy to look it up on Google. When ignorant people say, the police showed up, and they tell people they're allowed to make fun of her for what that church did to her and run around doing it. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. The police told me, if anybody says anything to you, try to find out who they are, tell us where they're at, where they set up, and we'll catch them on camera, and we'll get them and get their involvement in this. They want you for it. Okay? Yeah, it's a cartel. When the case first started, Walmart 62, there's two guys that remind you of my son Joshy. Okay? And they were in there with a bunch of police officers and undercover police officers walking around, okay? They walk by me and they stop and they look around, they look at each other and said, look at all the people they hired to hurt her. We could use her for bait. And walked off. I thought, I'm not bait. Okay? Found out they're FBI agents. Belden office. Okay? River, I've seen them. Okay? All right. They were the ones that, the day after Thanksgiving had a huddle with undercover police and police in front of Walmart. Okay? Why are, where Melissa's kids got caught making everything up? Melissa telling them to lie? John defended me when I asked him on Thanksgiving of 18 what's going on. I don't know, Mom. Melissa's just going to have him make it up because of the divorce. I told him you're moving out, going through a divorce. She'll have the kids make up something. But no one can say anything bad about you. She'll have her church people make up something too. But don't worry about it, Mom. No one can say anything bad about you. Okay? Go to Dave. I have never hurt anyone. Karen, you're good to the kids. You're good to the grandkids. You'd never hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. Okay? So those guys are up front with all the police and the undercover police. Why are they having those kids make that shit up? Oh, they're just trying to scare her out of the house. That's it. We interviewed her whole family. They spoke highly of her. They were the same ones, June 23rd to July 4th of 21, by the paint aisle. Walmart 62. What are these people talking about? We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone. Then girls that dated the drug dealers. Oh my goodness. The boys had to drug her to make her say that stuff. Nobody mentions those tapes again when we're out. Okay? They were the same ones, March 23rd, 23, came in and yelled at these people. We told these people to stay out of this. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone. Nobody's ever seen anything. And it's just some lady thought she could make money out of this. 22, I went to the Belden FBI office. I go in, people are talking about the case outside in the hallway. They walk by, they look at me and say, no one will ever address what those people did to her before. I know. And walk in the back, I thought you were cops. Let's see. Where my friend Maddie showed up at the U.S. Marshals on January 20th, 23. Wooster, no. His friend on the police department, 2.5 hours away, knew about the case that agent opened, knew about the Texas group. All right. Knew about the Texas group. And all these men come in, and I thought you brought your police department? And then we go through everything and walk outside. We're the U.S. Marshals. We're going to be taking care of this. An agent left it there. Can you imagine he left it there? Yeah. Okay. Well, February 14th, 23, the U.S. Marshals and Sheriffs did an 800-people sweep. April 8th, 23, Giant Eagle, some of the drug cartel shows up. If Will used your case to infiltrate our gang, tell him to give you your money. We're out of here. They walked by. We actually did. We were hoping they didn't figure it out, and laughed in their face. They were the ones in 18 when that guy pulled up next to me and Dave, and he thought it was one of the riffraff he hired to hurt me. He's screaming, "Oh my God, Karen, you don't know what's going on. Get a gun." Kept screaming. I'm like, no. I'm loading up the groceries in the car. People walk by. It's like 7 o'clock at night. It's dark, but there's people outside. He's screaming, "I know you don't know what's going on. Where's that gun, Karen?" I'm like, it's not together. Had a concealed carry purse. I didn't like carrying a clip and a gun because they're dangerous. So I kept the clip separate from the gun. And he kept screaming, digging through my purse while it's in a secret compartment. And I told him, I said, if you're scared of him, beat him with my purse. Well, they're the ones that walked in next to me when I walk in. She told him to beat him with her purse. I know. We can't be seen with her. Come on. Now, we all know Agent John told on me for calling the hotline. Now, I'd like to know, for even justification, I called the FBI hotline for help. They go in and tell a federal agent they're drug beat raping me, drugging me for fake confessions. They have stalking tapes done by a drug dealer claiming he's an attorney breaking the Fourth Amendment. And then he's cyber stalking me. Yeah, I found out that's what they were proclaiming. They had drug confessions, photoshopping and washing herself in another room. And he didn't arrest him for violating me. And they admitted to him that they were trying to have me killed because Strange lied on me, called me a faker 15 years ago. It was a medication error. Medical malpractice almost killed me. And it took me 9 months to get well. Made it up because he thought I was following Tim and Katie. September 18th, 24, 8:30 in the morning. The agent needs to get his facts straight before he puts his name on it. Was the medication error made her sick before? Why'd they wait 15 years? I actually went over and talked to him. They said when Strange thought she was following Tim and Katie, ordered her to be killed. And they were to try to have her killed, and if she didn't die, they were to have her destroyed. Make sure she got nothing. And they, nobody was to say or do a thing till they said he wanted a divorce. They planned it for 15 years before they did it. He needs to get his facts straight before he puts his name on it. So as a victim, calling a hotline for help. A drug dealer proclaiming he's some crazed attorney out there breaking the Fourth Amendment, cyber stalking victims, which is a federal crime. Drugging people for fake confessions is a federal crime. Taking pornography of people without their knowledge or permission of any kind of nude pictures is a crime, a big one. Oh, kiddie porn of little kids going potty is a big federal crime. Hmm? Selling people on porn sites? Hmm? Drug confessions, photoshopping and washing, and his own little perverted little stocking tapes by some guy that's a rapist out hurting people and exploiting them. Church going in and say our minister called her a faker 15 years ago, so we've been trying to have her killed. Confess all these vile crimes to a federal cop. He's like, okay. So he goes to tell him, I don't blame you for trying to kill her. Because somebody called someone a faker 15 years ago that was medication there? Are you kidding me? Up at Apostolic Church of Barbadine, he knows she's being drug beat and raped. He said he didn't care, and then the strangers lie. Told him if she's going to be mean to their women, he's going to turn her back over to him. And then I found out it was Michelle that I have never even talked to, didn't even know she existed till January, February 19. Didn't even know she existed. Because why wouldn't you just ask me? They were complaining about, do you know, between the 3 churches, he told at least 900 to 1,000 people. He might as well have a rally in camp with a blowhorn. So why would you stay quiet about anything? And then First Amendment, the First Amendment, not even Congress can create a new law taking your freedom of speech away or your right to a religious belief. So why would he be allowed to? Only judges can put a gag order on you. You can't be in a court order or be illegal. And think about it. Then he's already told, and he told over 1,000 people, there is no, nothing. And the FBI don't care you're involved. Look at Waco. They didn't care the press was down there. They wanted their legal police surveillance. They don't care what they do. As long as they get it under legal police surveillance with a court order, they don't care. That's where the marshals don't care, the sheriffs don't care. The FBI actually don't care either. And then on a recorded line, he admits to telling on me to that family and all the church people. He knew they were trying to kill me and laughed at me for strangers lying. Even said he didn't even blame him for trying to kill me because someone called me a faker. Are you kidding me? And it was a medication error. Think about that. He confessed. He told everyone, mocking, that he was going along with all this. Made fun of me for I found out some drug dealer, some guy claiming now I found out he's claiming he was an attorney. No attorney can be in your home. It's right on Google. They lose their license, they go to jail, and have to compensate you. That's the real law. They don't allow attorneys to stalk people in their home, drug them, rape them, drug them for fake confessions. Are you fucking kidding me? He's messed up in the drug cartel. You go to jail for that. It's policing agencies only under a threat of life with statements. In a court order, it's the Fourth Amendment. It takes a court order. And it has to be police or agents. Threat of life. Because you have a right to privacy, a right to remain quiet, and a right to an attorney. People can't just exploit you, and they can't take your rights away. You have a right to remain quiet. Why couldn't they drug you? A right to attorney yourself? Right to a fair court trial, bail and bond? You have rights. And Dave's supposed to hire them on his own? He can't hire people to stalk me. And so they call it, the guy that did it to me, a serial rapist. He's a drug cartel. He has, where he bragged on Sunday in Carrollton that he made fun of FBI agent John for getting fired, for telling on me. It serves that idiot right. Heard he may lose everything. It serves him right. Heard that idiot put it in the court order. No one's allowed to talk to her, and then told her to admit to no wrongdoing. And I got all this stuff on her. He has nothing but drug confessions and photoshopping and washing. I never talked to him yet. I just figured out who he was the other day when, after we left Carrollton, that guy down there saying that. And I thought, I've seen you. Where have I seen you? In the spring of 19, I filed for divorce. That guy showed up at Walmart, 62, said something about an attorney, and then Dave, and I thought, why is Dave having his divorce attorney harass me? Then we went to the divorce hearing, it wasn't him. I'm like, who was that guy? See, I never talked to him. I never even had my neighbors in my home. That's one of my rapists. The guy that's even telling people he's an agent over my case. July 8th, 24, 9:10 in the morning, the one where I called, I ordered those men to show up here. I paid for them to show up. I paid for them to do all those things to her. I pay people to follow around and say and do stuff. It's him. I know she only carried a gun because Dave was controlling. He was down there trying to get my credit card information. He's drug cartel. I don't care what color lipstick you put on the old wrinkly pig. He's still a human trafficker. And he's still in the cartel harming people and exploiting them. And he broke a lot of federal laws. Now, I want you to think where that agent made fun of me. He was making fun of me for my rapist. Whether he told people he didn't care I was being drug, being raped. He knew it was him. And I didn't even know who he was. See, that's where that guy outside my clients 2 nights ago, it's supposed to have been Michelle's boyfriend, broke up with her. Said that it was supposed to be some attorney that taped her before. Found out she'd never seen her talk to anyone. And they were drugging her up to do it. And beating and raping her. Told Michelle I don't want anything to do with her. I found out too, she said that where they bashed her in the back of the head, they actually tried to kill her or leave her incompetent and have brain damage. That attorney has some doctor working for him. It's not even one of her doctors, and he was going to try to write her up as incompetent. I told them they can't do it. It's HIPAA violations. Oh, it's also fraud. And then he was, yeah. So I'd like to know, as a victim calling for help, where can the FBI justify the actions of their agent telling on a victim, telling people they know that this victim is being drugged, being raped, and don't care. They know they're trying to kill him. They don't care. The police said he wanted the drug dealers. He was going to go after him and then steal my money. Promise me money and immunity. You can't put it in order. I can't say anything. Then you've already confessed to that you told everyone. There was no staying quiet. And then these people announced in Walmart they're selling the login for $25 a pop. I can go in different states and people say stuff. M13 on Google's hacking protected custody cases and selling them. The king from Texas is U.S. military Iraqi translator went into the dark web malware. Fentanyl King, he's a hacker. Hacker. They sold the login. I can go all kinds of places and they'll mention the case. All right. So, where can they justify this, exploiting victims and stealing from them? I'll tell you what, I was up in a rich neighborhood in Akron, and this rich guy with a twangy accent, it was priceless. He yelled at, when they were trying to sell it up there, some rich guy yelled out, what is this, some kind of government conspiracy? Selling government technology? Stealing from victims? And paying people to make fun of him? I thought, yes, they had got it. Yes. They fed me back to the cartel. Cartel. Like even that guy that broke up with Michelle said, I like to talk to that agent. We all know he told on her before he talked to her. We're calling the hotline. Where can he justify it that he left her up there with no help? I found out at least 2 people got killed. Oh, I know. And all the things that happened to her. How can he justify it? How can he? And then to leave me there and then take my money. Where can you justify it? He told on me. Everybody knows he told everybody. He told over 1,000 people. He told the police he was just tricking the drug dealers. Because they all know he told on me. Confessed on a recorded line. He was just tricking the drug dealers. he wasn't really like this. I never got my money. Where that guy said, if we even know where she turned in that tip for Trakasami, they didn't even pay her for that. Huh? They look like the worst white-collar criminals there is. But I'll tell you what, the guy where they said even out in the mall, that old guy, Dave hired a watcher, it's him doing it. You're kidding. No, it is him. It is. He's in the cartel. Yeah. That's why I was being drug beat and raped, photoshopping and washing, being human trafficked out of that house. Cartel. Huh? Oh, and that guy was mocking Agent John, how he got him fired. Serves him right for telling on her, getting fired. Heard he's going to lose everything. Calling him an idiot and all kinds of names. Mocking the police. The police think there's something following her around. Telling people not to say a word to her. She's with them. There's a quarter to her, dumbass. FBI informant, protected custody, they're assigned to me. They don't just drive around saying that just because they hate you. That may be a bonus. Yeah. See what I mean? Now, I'd like to know, how can they justify, oh, he said that if you said anything, the FBI wouldn't help you and they'd leave you. After he told me he met with all the churches in the Vegas. Huh? Knew they were trying to kill me because the strangers lied, laughing at me. How they're trying to murder me. Oh, I don't even blame him for trying to kill you. That he's aiding and abetting murder of victims by a cult? Huh? Makes fun of the victim for the rapist they've never met. The man that's drug beat and raping him, drug him for fake confessions, had the case all solved sitting right in front of him. The bastards came in and confessed, and he didn't arrest them. Like Sheriff David Mike DeWine's cousin, they should have put you in a safe house the first day. Now, I'd like to know how they can justify selling me back to him. Danny and Jen didn't know about the shower scene. They didn't know about drug confessions. They didn't know about button cameras. They knew I had bruises, throwing up, and almost passing out in front of people, but they didn't know people were drugging me up and telling me to say stuff and raping me. They weren't part of that. And they weren't part of selling kiddie porn. Where even that Michelle's boyfriend, we all know the guy that did this. He sold those kids on porn sites. I know they bragged it. They bragged they sold me on porn sites. Men admitting to watching me shower, being raped. Like my one client said, Karen, this is crazy. People admit to drugging you and telling you to say it before. Admit to raping you in front of people in stores. Do you know, he told me at one point, he said, Karen, you need to call the FBI. An FBI agent will protect you. See, FBI, people look at you like guardian angels. The super police department that protects victims. That's why people looked at you. That you are like the U.S. Marshals and you protect victims. Not feed them back to cartels for cults and them to kill. You do realize that. You know, I didn't even know what to say to that client. When he's like, Karen, this is crazy. People admitting to drugging you and telling you to say it before. Admit to raping you in front of people in stores and laughing at you. You need to call the FBI. Get you an FBI agent. They'll protect you. Because that's the way people look at the agency. Just like the marshals. They look at them like super police that protect victims. That agent doesn't even have enough authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. First Amendment, it takes a judge and a jury trial. FBI agent out of state knew one of my friends. He asked him, and he said he don't have authority. It takes a judge. And if, yeah, so did a criminal attorney, a police department, prosecutor's office. It takes a judge. He was only bullying you. And he never said, no one can help me. The cartel made it up. Huh? And he can't even tell anybody the FBI won't help me. Why? Because you cannot withhold protection from any U.S. citizen. 14th Amendment. Think about that. I'd like to know. I like Officer Mark and John, we all know, he told on me before. Like the North Kent Jackson police officer, April 28th, 24, Walmart on the strip, we all know that guy told on you before. We all know nobody drugs anybody but the drug cartel, and it was a drug cartel in your home before. Dave hired that guy, Pete, he's cartel. That's why he's being drug beat and raped. And that agent telling the cartel he don't care that they're harming victims for an occult, making up a pathetic reason. Oh, even like Michelle's old boyfriend that just broke up with her said it was a medication error that made her sick before. And she had nothing to do with that family's tragedy. And it was 6 months later. Think of that. I know. They were using their family's tragedy to help people get away with murder here. They had nothing to do with what Strange said about me, making it up to get rid of me because he thought I was following Tim and Katie. Calling me a faker. It had nothing to do with her father going probably around 100 miles an hour, blowing through a stop sign into a semi, getting ripped into pieces, and their son getting ejected through the air onto a pavement and killed. Her father murdered her kid in vehicular homicide. 6 months later, he calls me a mean word. I had nothing to do with him. And that medication error almost killed me. Medical malpractice, if I would have sued him, I would have been a multi-millionaire. Like Michelle's old boyfriend, I listened to what was wrong with her. And that guy calling her a faker for that was a medication error. It had nothing to do with that, what happened to that family, and it was 6 months later. I know. Now, I'd like to know where on earth they can justify letting anybody be hurt like this. Anybody. Where they are sworn to protect every U.S. citizen against foreign and domestic terrorism. And you cannot withhold protection. You can't. It's a constitutional right. Can't ask somebody to stay quiet either. And then your agent already told 1,000 people, then it's stupid. I'm not like this.